Welcome to episode 6 of Talasi Weekly. So this week you're joining us carry out some machine polishing on a van, and we also fill out some detailers on TikTok about it. We finally crack on with the BMW E30 detail, and you'll also be following us behind the scenes of the car park car wash. So let's see how we get on this week. Doing the machine polishing on the transport, and a few people were like, I don't know why you're not aiming for 100% removal, there's still swells in it, still scratches in it. Like typical social media professional detailers, or professional detailers who think they're professional. I need to go and get my hair cut because I'm looking absolutely clapped at the minute. Right, so we're out at Sainsbury's this afternoon. We've got all the Animised products out and ready, we've got the bucket set up. And so hopefully today is the day where we get this car park car wash done and back on this BMW E30 M3. I don't know how well I can get this engine bay up. I'm going to do my best. We'll steam it and stuff. Don't really like doing them, especially these older ones. Another Coke, got Coke Zero, trying to come off the Coke. I know I keep saying it, but I am trying. Looking absolutely amazing in the sun. Do quite like it, the brown. I've got to go pick up some food for my sister-in-law in a minute. She's been kind enough to make up some lunch. I think I'll get a week trial and then I've got to pay after that. When I went out in the evening, with 3 licks to go on a little drive with a few of us. There's BMW M5 and a Tesla Model 3. Took the weekend off, and the one weekend that I've taken off, the weather's absolutely crap. Right, so I'm back doing the machine polishing on the transport. I've literally just got to do the wing, the door, and a couple of bits on the bumper. We're not doing the roof on this one actually. Customer request not to do it because it's a bit scratched up anyway, like quite badly scratched, not just swelled up. And then need to do the coating, finish off a few bits on inside, do the glass and all that sort of stuff. But I thought I'd show you the results so far, before and after. So this side's not been touched, and as you can see, still got the sign writing in the paint. I don't know if you can see that. So it's still got the number on there, so don't go calling that number. And then we've got this side here that's been polished, and as you can see the difference in between the two. So quite happy with the result. And look, it's not 100% defect removal. So I put up a TikTok earlier, and a few people were like, I don't know why you're not aiming for 100% removal, there's still swells in it, still scratches in it. And it's just like typical social media professional detailers, or professional detailers who think they're professional, sending in comments. It's like, we're not aiming for 100% defect removal. It's an everyday van, it's getting used all the time, they live in the middle of nowhere. If they were to get 100% of the defects removed, I don't think they'd ever want to use the van again. Plus it's an older van, it's obviously been used and abused. And the amount of money that you'd end up spending doing it, you just couldn't justify doing it. I tend to work with people's budgets. If they've got a budget in mind, or if they want to get a certain result, I'll work to that. I know some people are really fussy and will only work on things if they're doing like a 3-stage machine polish and wet sand, but I tend to cater to everyone, so hence why there's still some scratches and swells in that. But I mean, it's a lot glossier, there's more clarity in the paint, you can see the metallic finish, and they can keep on top of it a lot more, and all the sign writing's gone as well, which hopefully my brother will be happy with. Right, finally finishing up the detail on the van. It's just gone 6:30. It's been a long day on this van, but it's finally all done. So it's all been polished up, 2-stage machine polished, a medium to fine cut, and then a finishing cut just to bring out the gloss. It's looking so much better, considering what it was like. All the sign writing's now gone. 70% of the swells and scratches are now removed, and it's so much glossier. And I've also topped it off with a bit of Pyramid car care and ceramic coating, so hopefully it should stay cleaner for a lot longer. And yeah, just maintain that nice glossy finish, all being well, if my brother actually keeps on top of the cleaning on it. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. It looks absolutely mint, so I'll quickly turn the camera around and show you that now. As you can see throughout, it's just looking so much glossier. So what I'm going to do, so now I'm finishing up, I'm just going to pull it outside, get all my stuff packed up, and then I'm going to be finished for the day. It's been a long day, but no, it's been really good. Got some good TikTok content out of this one. It's done well on the views and stuff, and it's got a bit of traction, which is quite cool. TikTok's literally starting to gradually get more following, which is absolutely ideal. I'm really happy with the way that TikTok's going. And I've also had a message on Instagram. I haven't opened it properly, but I've had a message on Instagram from someone on TikTok that is potentially giving us something for free, which I'll have to open the message properly tomorrow whilst with Tino, and just see what it's all about. But I'm really excited to open that, because just little things like that sort of make it all worthwhile. So we'll see what that is tomorrow. Hopefully all being well, it'll be something quite cool. And then we'll do a little collab with that person who sent me the message, which will be even better. Well, let's get this van outside, show you it. That's all finished up, and then you'll probably be joining me tomorrow morning, potentially out mobile or doing the car park car wash. Tuesday morning, joining me out in the van. So already done the first mobile job of today, which is a Volvo XC60. You've seen it all before, so I didn't actually film anything on that. Today's plan, I need to go and get my hair cut because I'm looking absolutely clapped at the minute. And I'm feeling, I don't know, something about when you don't have your hair cut, or when you leave your hair too long, you sort of feel like pretty rough about it, and then as soon as you get your hair cut, you feel like a different person. Well, I do anyway. It definitely makes me feel better knowing that I've got my hair cut and I'm feeling fresh, basically. So I've just finished the first job, like I say. Just in town now, I'm going to get my hair cut, like I've said. Plan for today is to finish off the car park car wash. So we've got a free afternoon this afternoon, and we're going to try and get that done. And fingers crossed, hopefully today will be the day that we'll get that one done. And we're also using the Animized products on that and promoting it through TikTok. Hopefully that'll work out quite well. So yeah, that's today's plan. Tino's at the office breaking down some of the week in the life to make into TikToks. It's just gone 11 o'clock, so I should be out of here by 12. I'll go and get him, have a quick lunch, and then we'll go to Sainsbury's in Exeter and hopefully film this car park car wash. And fingers crossed, like I said, it all goes well. So let's go and get my hair cut, and then we will crack on with the rest of the day. It's nice weather, feeling quite good this week. Already it started off quite well. Yesterday went quite well, so hopefully today we'll get it done and the rest of the week goes smoothly. So, but anyway, let's make me go from this to this. Right, so I've got my hair cut. As you can see, I look about 12 again. It's quite short this time round. Basically just wanted it a lot shorter because the weather's nicer now and I can't be asked to be dealing with loads of hair on my face or on my head. Especially being out and about, it just end up getting too hot. So let's head back to the office anyway, go and get Tino, have a quick lunch break, and then we'll head off and do the car park car wash. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to get it done, and then we've got another video to put out, and hopefully we can do a few bits more, and then hopefully we can plan the next one and see how this one goes. So let's head over, get Tino, and like I say, fingers crossed, the rest of the day will go to plan. Right, so we're out at Sainsbury's this afternoon, so I've collected Tino from the office. We've got all the Animized products out and ready. We've got the bucket set up, and we're going to go find a car to clean. So hopefully today is the day where we get this car park car wash done, and then we don't have to worry about it for another 4 weeks. Let's see how we get on. So we've got ceramic detailer, shampoo, alloy cleaner, and the snow foam. It's so awkward, isn't it, filming in there? I said I was going to come off the coke as well, but obviously not. Let's do this car park car wash. As always, it's taken a bit of time to find a car, and as you can see, it started to rain as well. We have to reevaluate and do the car park car wash again. We're ready to tackle it again and see who we can find. Is that natural, bud? Is he getting a trolley? Get a trolley, boy. He's getting a trolley. Oh, let's go. Oh, he's coming back. Yeah.
2 hours later.
Right, so we just finished up on the car park car wash, and that video would have gone up by now, wouldn't it? The car park car wash. The time, yeah. So matey's reaction was actually spot on. He was walking up towards us, and I seen him, and he looked a bit shocked. But I sort of went over and reassured him that everything was all right. I'm not stealing his car, just cleaning it. And to be fair, he was such a good sport. He got a thumbnail after with us. He was just, yeah, he was pretty buzzing, wasn't he? To be fair, like I don't think we could have picked a better person to do that on. Oh, I don't think we'll ever get someone like that again. Maybe, I don't know, but. We asked him to do the thumbnail, we wanted to do the thumbnail, didn't mind being on the camera and stuff. Yeah, proper sick. So, is that my brother over there? He works at that company. But, yeah, no, that's fucking spot on, to be fair. Really happy with that. Right, it's Wednesday morning, joining us at Paddock Performance in Exeter. We're doing back on this BMW E30 M3. So you would have seen in Week in the Life 3, I think, that we started this, doing a full clean, started to do the engine bay. Today, doing interior, and then seeing if it needs a bit of a polish, going to stick the lights on it. Basically just giving free rein on this car to do what we can to get it basically looking like Concours sort of spec. So if it needs a machine polish, we'll do that. If it needs the engine bay a bit of work in there, we'll do that. Any upholstery cleaning, basically just do whatever, because I think this is going to be being put into shows, and it's like a 180 to 200 grand car. So whatever it needs to get it looking like new again, we'll be doing it. So going to be using a Geon ceramic coating as well to keep it nice and protected. Doing all the interior, so we'll show them that. But if you watch Week in the Life 3, you probably would have seen some clips of this, but just going to be shampooing some of the seats, maybe do a bit of the roof lining, do all the plastics and the leather and all that sort of stuff, and then just finish off the outside bits. But as you can see, it's already clean on the outside because I've done that last time. But yeah, I'll put the lights on it in a bit, see if it needs a polish, and then we'll determine what we're going to do on it for the rest of the day. Right, so first thing that we're starting on the Alpina BMW E30 M3 is the seats. Going to get all the interior done first. Basically going to work from the inside and then work my way onto the outside. So starting with the seats, I've shampooed the driver's seat and the back seat. They're not too bad, they just look a bit It's a bit dusty and stuff, I suppose, where it's been set up. There's a couple of deeper stains and stuff, so I'm just going to be shampooing these. It's a weird sort of cloth on these. It's like typical old school cloth interior, so I'm not going to get these absolutely soaked because it's not like modern seats, so I'm just going to spray it lightly. I've got a soft brush as well as the Vicam if I need it, but I don't really want to use this because it could affect the fibres. So I'm going to use this, which is actually a really old Auto Finesse brush that I've probably had for about 4 years, probably the longest thing I've ever owned, and the only thing I own of Auto Finesse. But yeah, nice soft bristles compared to like the Vicam, so hopefully it'll protect the fabric a little bit, because if I start going at it with a Vicam brush, it could affect like the fibre of the seats. And I might lightly shampoo these, but you've got to be careful not to get them too soaked as well. So starting with the seat, shampooing them, then extracting it all back out. There's a few people asking what hoover I use. So I use a George, which is tucked in behind there. It's a wet and dry vacuum. You can put the product into the George to spray out, but I prefer to use a spray bottle. It just makes it a lot easier for me personally anyway, rather than putting it into the George hoover and spraying out. I prefer using a pump sprayer. And then after that, it's just a case of using the scrubber double on all the plastics, shampooing the carpets, doing the mats, and that'll be the interior done. Interior is not too bad, so probably a couple of hours on this, and then we'll crack on the outside. Right, interior's done, just going to focus on the other bits now. So engine bay needs to be finished off. I started this the other week, but I still need to do a few bits. We've got like some wax and stuff and some grease and that I need to remove. I don't know how well I can get this engine bay up. I'm going to do my best. We'll steam it and stuff, do as best as possible to get all this crap out of there, all the gunk and stuff like that. Yeah, just get all this cleaned up. But I'm not a massive fan of doing engine bays, to be honest. I don't really like doing them, especially these older ones. But yeah, see how we got on that. Started taping up all the black plastics and stuff, so I've got to finish off a little bit around the window surrounds. So all that's now taped up just to protect that. I'm going to give it a very light polish. We've put the light on over here. It's hard to see with white, but there's a couple little marks. I don't know whether you're going to pick that up on the camera or not. There's a couple little scratches that we can look at taking out. There's the little hologram marks around there, so I'll probably do that. So do engine bay this afternoon, see how we get on with that, and then start doing the polishing, and then that'll be ready to do the coating, which we'll probably come back and do either tomorrow or Friday. It's Wednesday evening, just having the tea. Smashed out the BMW E30. Tried to get as much done on the BMW E30 today as possible, but I'll tell you what, that engine bay was going on for days. I felt like I'd aged 2 years doing that engine bay, and it's still not finished, it's still not complete, which is annoying. But a couple of little bits in the engine bay to do over the next couple of days. Machine polish and ceramic coating, very light machine polish on that one. Give it a ceramic coating. I've got some Geon Moss Evo coming, so I'm going to be doing that over the next couple of days when I get some time. Just sat down having some tea, rate the food today, mushroom risotto. Yeah, let me know what you think. Is that a vibe or what? Tino's been sorting out some TikTok bits. I'm just gonna continue having my tea, get these bits uploaded to Dropbox, and then I'm gonna be putting them onto TikTok over the next couple of days. Well, one will be tonight, one will be tomorrow, and the rest will just be as and when. So, yeah. Another Coke, got Coke Zero, trying to come off the Coke. I know I keep saying it, but I am trying. That's why I've got Coke Zero. But yeah, just gonna get all the social media bits done tonight, ready for tomorrow, and then yeah, tomorrow I've got maintenance clean on a BMW X5, which you've seen before, maintenance clean on a Range Rover SVR, which you've seen before, and then backup paddock to finish off as much as I can on that BMW E30 M3. So I'll see you in the morning. Right, it's Thursday morning, joining me out mobile. So you've seen me do this one before, included it on one of the Weekend Lives, I think it's Weekend Live 4, BMW X5. So I'm on my own today. Tino's in college, Thursdays is college day. So I'm out mobile on my own, started with this BMW X5, I think it is, yeah, X5. Maintenance clean inside and out, looking absolutely amazing in the sun, which I'll show you now. So it's all been washed on the outside, given a top up and wax. All the interior is done. Actually a nice interior this, I think I said this last time. Do quite like it with the brown, so it's always pretty clean. All the back's been done. Quite a nice one to do to start the day. Nice. What do you think of the BMW interiors? They're starting to get better. They were looking a bit sort of clapped. Like up until recently, they all looked the same. But yeah, it's definitely starting to improve in these BMWs. I like all this blue and red stitching. It's quite nice, that. Smart car. It's all in the details. So that's this one done. So next job of the day, let's head off and do the Range Rover SVR. Right, everyone's favourite car, or not, the Range Rover SVR. So definitely my favourite car. Just been doing maintenance clean on this one today. Need to do the tyres actually before I forget. So inside and out clean, similar to the BMW that I've just done. Do it every 2 weeks. That BMW do every 4. But yeah, it's just a case of keeping on top of it. But I always like doing this one. Motivates me a little bit more. It's got the TD spec interior as well, black and red, which is quite nice. So yeah, I do like doing this one. The owner as well, Pete, he's always really nice to talk to, always got really good business advice and stuff, so always do enjoy coming and doing this one, to be fair. So I've got about another half hour left to do on this. Got to do the glass, got to go over the paintwork, just get rid of any watermarks, finish off the wheels and tyres, then it'll be done, and then I'll be on my way to carry out the rest of the clean on the BMW 30. So hopefully today, all being well, goes well for time. Right, it's Friday morning, been out mobile doing 2 maintenance cleans on a car that I ceramic coated back along, which you would have seen, as well as a car that I ceramic coated last year that you would have seen where I done a maintenance clean on it. So been doing that this morning, filmed some bits on a great GoPro, which I'll show you now. So that's done, just finishing up here now, just packing up a few last bits. Yesterday was absolutely manic, didn't end up doing the E30. I stopped on after doing the SVR, spoke to Pete who owns the SVR, and we had a bit of a catch up, just talking about business and all that sort of stuff. So I didn't actually get around to doing the E30 yesterday because I spent about an hour having a bit of a catch up with him, which is actually quite cool. because you're always learning off other people, especially in business, which is quite nice. So it's always good to have conversations like that. So I didn't end up doing the E30. I actually went home after that. I was absolutely knackered. I had a nap, which I don't normally do. And then I caught back up with a few bits, messages, Facebook posts and stuff. And then started doing the edit for the car park car wash, which we're done on Tuesday, which Tino's now in the office sorting out today, finishing off, which we're about to head off to now. So just finishing up on the CITROEN, which is the second car on the maintenance plan. Done the CITROEN, the electric CITROEN this morning, then done the family one now. And now it's time to head back. I've got to go pick up some food for my sister-in-law in a minute. She's been kind enough to make me up some lunch, because like I said, she started to do a few bits like that for me, which is quite cool. I think I'll get a week trial and then I've got to pay after that, which is a bit annoying because they got enough money, but here we are. So let's get all this stuff packed up. Let's head off, get the food. I need to pick up the dog, go back to the unit, check in with Tino, make sure he's all happy, and then go off to Paddock Performance to finally get around to this BMW 30. Right, joining me back at the office, I've collected the food, the lunch from my sister-in-law, so she's been kind enough to make me up some chilli, which is quite nice. Collected Lord, he's kicking off because the camera's on, as per usual. Isn't it, boy? Tino's been cracking on with the edit for the car park car wash, which we're hopefully going to get up tonight. So what I'm going to do now is, before I go over to Paddock Performance, have a watch through, make sure everything's spot on. Tino's then going to export it, put it up on YouTube. Felix, I'll have to ring in 2 secs. Keep it running. Hello, mate, you alright? Yeah, good. Just in the middle of a video, but it's alright. You can be if you want me to put you on speaker. Say that again.
Hi YouTube, follow, subscribe and all that good stuff.
Yeah, this is... I haven't said who it is yet, but they can probably smell the money through the camera.
Don't have any of that.
That's what that's what all the rich people say. I'll give me a call back in a minute. Yeah, 2 secs, alright? I'll see you in a sec. Yeah, I'll give you a call. Alright, mate. Speed a bit, bye. Yeah, so before I go to Paddock Performance, Tino's gonna export it, upload it to YouTube, make some TikToks and stuff out of it, aren't you? And then, yeah, you're just gonna carry on the rest of the day in here. I'm gonna leave Lord here. I'm gonna go to Paddock Performance, start machine polishing that E30. So let's have a watch through, and then you'll be joining me at Paddock Performance. Right, just gone lunchtime Saturday. Yesterday was a bit of a write-off. I didn't end up really filming much at Paddock Motors, and then I went out in the evening with Felix to go on a little drive with a few of us, which I was planning all day. Some people they couldn't make it and stuff, so I was just trying to organise that. So yesterday ended up being absolutely manic, and I didn't get as much content as what I liked. I'll put up some clips of what we were doing yesterday. As you can see, there's BMW M5 and a Tesla Model 3 performance. So that was Alexia on Instagram and F90 M5 Comp. So check them out on their Instagrams. We went out with them yesterday, basically to film some content with it. Went for a drive, and Felix, who's a mate of mine, was capturing some content on that. We had RKG Southwest. That's Ryan Glanville. He was getting some shots with them with the cars as well as they took Tony, who's the FPV wizard, who was getting a load of drone bits yesterday with them. So as you can see, that was what we were up to yesterday. Do want to organise a few more events like that, not really events, a few more drives like that with a few of us local. So if there's anyone watching this local to me that'd be keen to come out, get some content on the cars, go for a drive, then obviously let me know, because we'd be keen to do some more bits like that. Spending my Saturday, so like I say, I'm obviously not working today. Took the weekend off, and the one weekend that I've taken off, the weather's absolutely crap, which I'm absolutely gutted about, because yesterday was absolutely lovely, hottest day of the year. It was lovely. So, but I've got loads to do. I've got loads of messages to do, loads of emails to sort out, quotes to sort out, invoices to sort out, payments to chase up, videos to edit. I've got absolutely loads to do. I was speaking to my coach about this. Mentioned before, I've got a coach, my lord. He's going to appear in the video. Try not to get the glare. Yeah, so we're saying about no matter what you do, there will always be a consequence of something. I was speaking to Felix about this last night, because Felix was out obviously filming and capturing content and having the night to get away from work, but he's had to, the work that he was going to do today, he's had to put off because he's been too tired
to sort that out. And there's always a consequence to something, which is a bit annoying. So the consequence of me focusing more on social media and focusing more on the video editing, I'm getting so behind on messages, and so behind on other general stuff. Like customer said to me the other day about, he hasn't seen anything on Facebook, which I was aware of because I haven't been putting up anything on the Facebook business page, whereas before I used to put up stuff every day. So there's always a consequence of something. You try to go one step forward and then you always end up 2 steps back, because not unless you've got loads of staff members to obviously warrant doing that, but obviously the social media is just not paying. Like, I can't justify doing it at the minute. But hopefully if it grows, obviously I can pay someone and delegate the tasks to other people, because the most important thing in business is sort of delegating tasks, so I have to do a lot less, and basically employing people who are better than me to do them tasks as well. But yeah, there's always consequence of something. Trying to do the YouTube and focus loads on that, but then I'm getting behind on loads of other stuff, and people are waiting like a week for me to message them back, which is really not ideal. And I've got to take accountability and responsibility for that if people get a bit annoyed that I'm not getting back to them. So I'll try and catch up with everything this weekend. I've got 2 days to catch up with everything. It's 1 o'clock now. I was going to go to the gym, but I think I'll just catch up with everything I need to, and then if I get time later, I'll go to the gym and sort some bits out. So let's see how we got on today. Calm down, Lord.
Right, Sunday afternoon, can't remember what I got up to yesterday, but today's been a bit of a sorting out admin day as per was yesterday. So this morning I went to the Darts Farm Classic Car Show for like half hour to an hour, had a little walk around, met up with a couple of people there, bumped into a couple of people there, which was quite nice. So customer I haven't seen in a while, Andrew, seen him there, so it's good to catch up with him. Also seen someone else I know called Rob, who's got a really nice classic Ford Mustang, which is absolutely amazing. I wish I recorded some bits on it, to be fair, because that car is definitely something that I'd quite like in the future. 2.5 year project, he's done a lot of work to it and it looks absolutely mint. But to be fair, he did say about coming over to have a look and do a quote on it for machine polishing and ceramic coating, so hopefully might get that job, fingers crossed, which would be quite nice. So yeah, just done that, been out sorting a few bits this morning, come back, been catching up with some, so you see here, catching up with some admin stuff, so sorting out all the accounts. So here we've got April and May, which I'm behind on, expenses, bank statements and invoices. So need to send these off to my accountant, which I'll be doing, getting ready to pack up, and then I'll be sending these off tomorrow, and then she can tie that in with obviously this year's accounts, and then do that every month and keep up to date with it. The reason why I'm a bit behind is because I've had so much going on, so I've been a bit behind in sending these out to her. So what you'll see in these, I used to separate everything, so those who are getting into valet and detailing, etc., who haven't got an accountant, I used to put each expense into a folder. So I used to put like fuel, motoring, products, equipment, what else, office. I used to separate it all and work out how much I'm spending on each month, just so you can work out what your expenses are, how much you're spending out, etc., and any ways that you need to cut down. So, but what I do now, I just get all the receipts together and put everything into an expenses folder, and then that way my accountant can go through it and she can sort it out. So basically it's saving me a bit of time. So I always mention about time, and I think it's so important to save your time if you can and delegate tasks to other people. I think it's one of the most important things in business is to delegate tasks, and the time it takes me just to do this, put it all into a folder, make sure everything's there, is a lot less than me filing everything out, writing down how much I'm making, what the profit is, etc. Pay the accountant X amount a month, and then I find that sort of works out a lot cheaper compared to my time going through it all and stuff. As long as she lets me know how much I'm spending out on different things, what my invoices were, what the profit is, then it gives me a ballpark of what I've got to work towards to get better for the next month. So that's a little insight into that. But time is definitely money. I know I keep mentioning about time, but your time is so important. I was actually listening to a book, or re-listening to a book by Stephen Bartlett, the guy that does Diary of a CEO, and he's also on A Dragon on the Dragon's Den. Really cool person in business, knows a lot, and obviously has a decent network of people that he sort of hangs around with as well. But I was listening to his book. I listened to it a few months ago, but it was at a period where, it was a day actually, because it's a 4-hour book. It was a day where I just had a really busy day, so I sort of just listened to it in the background in my headphones. But I was re-listening to it the other day, and he mentions about time and money and what your time's worth. and it's made me think a lot more about time, even though I do think about time anyway. But yeah, if you can delegate tasks to other people, then do it. Obviously, if you can afford to, then do it. But I know and understand that you can't always afford to do it straight away. I know when I at the beginning of my business, I couldn't necessarily afford to do it. But then the time it takes you to sort out, you probably could afford to do it. Because say if it takes you 4 hours in the evening or 4 hours on a Saturday to do the accounts, if you worked that 4 hours instead, you'd make up the money. Like say if you had to pay an accountant for like, I don't know, 30 quid for the month or whatever it is, you could work a Saturday actually getting money and getting income in, and that would pay for the accountant doing it, sort of thing, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's a lot of waffle to be fair, but just want to give an insight into the accounts and stuff. I've had a really good sort out in the office today, which I'll show you. I don't tend to show too much of like, I don't tend to show too much of my like office space and stuff, but I've had a bit of a clear out. I've had a bit of a sort on the desk. I know I keep saying I'm going to come off the coke, but yeah, it's a bit of a problem at the minute. So yeah, nice and clean, nice and tidy. Had a bit of a sort out there, listened to a bit of Daily Duppy, listened to a bit of Grind Daily even. Tino's little desk is pretty tidy, pretty sorted out, so I've done all that, which is quite cool. So yeah, productive weekend to be fair. First weekend off in a couple of weeks. I've had 2 weekends off over the last sort of 6 weeks, which has been quite nice to be fair. It's nice to have the weekend off, catch up with everything. It'll make me feel a lot better going into next week, which is quite nice. So yeah, definitely feel a lot better for having a weekend off. But at the same time, you do feel guilty when you take time off and when you away from work. You do feel a bit guilty that you should be at work, even though I am technically at work, because all I seem to be doing this weekend is catching up with stuff. But yeah, you do feel a bit guilty. But really productive week, really productive weekend. Also, on another note, the YouTube video's done really well. On over 1,000 views now on the car park car wash. Good feedback on that, which is quite cool. I think next time we'll try and shorten it down a bit. I think it was a lot of waffle for like 20 minutes, and then obviously the car park car wash was towards the end. Some people like that whole build up to it, and some people don't. So maybe we'll cut it down. Yanamai shared the story last night as well, which is quite cool. So can't complain with that. He shared that. Hopefully one of his guys from Yanamai has watched that video. That'd be quite cool. But yeah, I think that is going to be it for this week. So yeah, another busy week planned, another busy week done, and I think that's it. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Hope it gives you a bit of an insight to my week. Any improvements to these videos, let us know. We're desperate to know some improvements that we need to make on these videos, whether it's the video quality, sound quality, what's been going on, what you want included, what you don't want included, etc, etc. Let us know in the comments below, and I will try and do our best to accommodate to them and make these videos as good as possible. But I'm going to call it a day there. Hope you've all enjoyed it. Give the video a like, give the video a share, give the channel a subscribe, check out all of our social medias, and I'll see you guys and girls in the next one. Ciao.